That was some fun race, huh? The Pepsi 400 at Daytona that went from being from 4th of July weekend all the way to my mom's close to my mom's birthday, the weekend of Lorain County Fair, which is where we're gonna be at, sometime later today. As I'm recording this, because I spent multiple hours helping my mom clean her room a little bit. There's gonna be more to come off camera, so stay tuned for the pictures of the mostly finished product over on my other socials, but more on that another day. But man, it's basically the best test session, before the chase for the cup starts, right around the time school starts back up in Northeast Ohio. So why don't I recap it, in which I will schedule it for an early morning upload before I go to the fair later in the afternoon. So Willie B had a pre-race penalty where he had to serve a stop and go, or was it a pass through? I don't fucking remember. Yeah, it was a stop and go. Yeah, stop and go after lap one because he failed qualifying inspection, some kind of inspection. I don't know if it was qualifying or a race. Correct me in the comments, but he rallied back to finish strong and make sure he was, motivated to go beast mode in the chase. And look away, Kamikaze Games. Your boy Casey did not do so well in his, return to the Winston Cup Series, but here my boy Austin in the three had amazing wreck avoidance skills, but it looked like it was all over for Tyler Reddick here. And I know KG was celebrating this because he's still salty about what happened at Vegas in 2015 in the Craftsman Truck Series, since he's an Austin Terrell fan. I get that, but we haven't heard or the name Austin Terrell has seen that man in a race car God knows how long. I mean, I would tell him let it go, but if he doesn't like Reddick for that reason, then I respect them for it, because every fan of every sport has certain drivers, players, athletes, and teams they dislike for a specific reason, regardless of how long ago that reasoning was, and it needs to be respected. So, therefore, but here's the big wreck that changed the race for the rest of the evening at the end of stage one, when the big one took out 12 cars, including three of my homies, Zane Smith, Noah Gregson, Riley Herbs, and Glitch. Zane was almost through it, but like Chase Elliott last week, got caught in it at the tail end just when he thought he was through, like John Andretti by Alex Bowman, kind of like how Chase Elliott got Kyle Busch got what was it? It was Kyle Busch got Chase Elliott and in the big one at the Chevrolet Monte Carlo 400 at Richmond last week. They brought out the red flag for a little while just to clean up that mess in the trial. Thankfully, it wasn't a long of a red flag, and it looked like we were going to fight the weather in Daytona tonight. Technically, last night, kind of like how we did the night before on Friday in the Witten-Dixie Firecracker 250, but Mother Nature stayed the fuck away for once in her goddamn useless ass life. But Cindric, man, he's lucky he won a race, so he didn't have to worry about getting knocked out from being in this crash, because he hit that 23 Buddha, rocking everywhere, Bubba Wallace with tremendous force, but that helped, Reddick lock into the playoff, chase on points, playoff chase, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And Bowman had to work for it since he was DNF'd in that wreck. But here's the part that made me go crazy. One of few. Nemechek was leading laps, and it looked like he was going to pull off the upset and get his first career Winston Cup win in the Pepsi 400. And I was about to blow the roof off my house, kind of like how I kind of did with Austin Dillon 6 times, but Nemechek and Austin's brother Ty will make me do that a hell of a lot more, since neither one of those guys, along with the other homies, Grayson Smith and Herbston, ever won. And this was more of a tame stage 2, which the Crouch of Doom's driver, Ross Chastain, the Melon Man, took the stage 2 victory over Fake War Button, which we'll have more on him in a little bit. So, therefore, when Nemechek got the lead back on that stage 2 restart, looked like he was in position to be one of the people to beat in terms of, making the chase and, with the win, or being the last to make it on point. Someone's going to get a new winner to knock Bowman out, but this is where the problem comes of why he lost the race, unfortunately. We're going to see it in a moment here, but look at this 42 car leading the way and making Mark Oliveras in Northeast Ohio go crazy. Like he's going to blow the roof off his house, and his teammate with this petty teammate, Eric Jones. Here it is. He, on the caution flag pit stop for Brett Bodine imposter, Nemechek took a gas can with them down pit road, and that was a penalty, which that's what lost him the race. But here's Fake War Button, falling out of contention with this spin, which I thought it was going to be a massive pile up, and it was a miracle it was only one car. NASCAR waited to see if he was going to get the car going, but when they saw he got stuck in the grass, they better put this shit out. So, therefore, it was a little bit of a safety hazard while the imposter and Brett Bodine's number couldn't turn the car because they waited for him. I love how NASCAR was prominent with the cautions because if they didn't throw that caution for a Brett Bodine imposter, the whole field would have creamed in and would have taken everybody out. But in the final restart, it looked like it was going to be between Ryan Preece, Eric Jones, and Justin Haley for the win. But AJ got hung out to dry and was, nobody wanted to help him, and they sent him all the way to the back, and it looked like the unlikeliest of winners was going to happen. Cole Custer in that Haas 41 looked like he was going to pull off the upset and get his second career Winston Cup win. It looked like it was going to be between him and Haley for that final chase spot with the win, where there was a new winner, knocking Buescher and Bowman out. Well, Bowman out and keeping Buescher, rocking Bowman out and keeping Buescher out. But Haley's so concerned about Custer, Ryan Blaney came out of nowhere and saved the day for all the Hendrick and Bowman fanboys, and it's a miracle they didn't wad him up on the last lap. I thought 4 or 5 times they were going to crash. That I thought we were going to see a big wreck, but luckily we didn't, and thankfully nobody flipped this time. No overtime stupidity, no stupid shit happened. So congratulations to Ryan Blaney on winning the Pepsi 400 in a 4-wide photo finish. Look at how close that is. Oh baby, but gotta go now. Bye-bye. Have a good night tonight and a better day tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.